What's up, future millionaires? It's your boy MTI, and I had to wear the Drip Network hoodie for this video. And I do gotta say, it is nice to see Drip starting to move back up to the right. Now, two reasons why I think that's happening. Number one, we are starting to get a lot more Drip in the tax vault. And number two, I think a lot of people are anticipating the upcoming utility for Drip that should be coming out according to Forex here the mid-January, maybe the end of January going into February. And so just to give you a little bit of enlightenment here, the reason why Drip had that double hit on the price, number one, of course, we had more sales than we had buys, so of course the price is going to drop. But the second thing that really hit the price was the fact that Drip was minting tokens. And so with that being said, if the supply is getting higher, that's also going to tank the price on top of having more sales than buys. But now we can see over the past 24 to 48 hours, we have started to see the price starting to move up, and we've also seen a consistent big buys come in. We've seen consistent big buys come in, I should say. And so with that being said, I am going to be making a deposit here today, and I'm going to be showing that for you here in today's video. But before we jump into that, if we briefly just look at the price of Drip, we can see it is now around 95 cents. Now, when you see this video tomorrow morning, the price could be lower, or it could be sitting at $1 or close to where it's at now today. But what I want to do real quick before we get into buying Drip, if we head over to the Drip pool, if you look right here at the time of this video, and this is the 29th, I'm recording this. So as we can see here, if we look at the tax vault, the 29th, which is when I'm recording this video, you can see we have 321,528 Drip sitting in the tax vault at the time of this video, and that is helping Drip not mint any more tokens, which is also helping the price stay a little bit higher compared to inflating the tokens, making the price drop a little bit quicker, right, on top of those sales. But now, as I mentioned, we have more buys coming in, and we also have people sending Drip over to the tax vault as well, which I think would definitely help on top of the weekly injections that's going to be going into the tax vault, I believe, with Forex said. Now, let's go ahead and go over to drip.community. Now, if you look right here, you can see I have around 6,245 Drip. Now, I'm going to show you this, and I've showed this previously. Now, a lot of people aren't going to be this transparent with you, and as I said at the beginning, I'm taking a risk all the way, right? And DeFi is not a place where you need your handheld. DeFi is not a place where you want to be scared. DeFi is a place where you want to have risk capital, and you got to have the guts to go for it. And so one thing I want to show you, clearly I am down on my investment, but also I've stayed true to my strategy. I have not taken out any money. I've only been compounding until I get to that max payout, and then we will see where the price is at that time. So as you can see right here, right now I have a total of around 14,000 invested, and you can see here's the last time I've actually put money into my first Drip wallet, which you can see was August 19th. So now I'm going to go ahead and add some Drip into the faucet to kind of speed up that max payout. Now, one thing I want to show you before we get to that, if you go over to drip.fi, you can see right here 6,245 Drip. If you look at my faucet here, 6,245 Drip. So if you look right here, you can see June 4th, 2023, which is the max payout. Now, once I make this deposit, you're going to see how this is actually going to go down. So I just want to show you all of that in this video. Now, one thing I do want to tell you, none of this is financial advice. I know I don't have to say it. I know you guys all know this, but I do want to say none of this is financial advice. I'm sharing my journey. And as I said before, you guys are either going to see me lose money or you're going to see me make a decent amount of money. And so I'm taking that risk because I do have the risk capital. So if you don't have the risk capital, keep your money in your pocket. So what we're going to be doing here, we go over to the swap. You can see I already got about 4.13 BNB. I'm only going to put 4 BNB in. And what we're going to do, if we go over to Live Coin Watch, let's see how much 4 BNB is. That's about $982, give or take. So what I'm going to do, let's go ahead and plug this in. 982. We're going to go back over to Drip Community. I'm going to take this down to the 1% slippage. And we're going to do drip. Now remember, there's a 10% tax, so I'm actually going to lose about maybe 101 drip out of this. So let's just see real quick. Let's pull the calculator up. Let me move this right here. So if I'm getting 1,013 drip, give or take, minus that 10%, you can see that's about 101 drip I'm going to lose, which will put me at 911 drip. So let's see where we are. All right, so let's go ahead and buy this drip. We're going to hit buy. Go ahead and confirm. Buy successful. And now you can see I got 113 drip. Now, once I go to deposit, it will take that 10% out. And I've already showed you how many drip I'm going to have after this. So what we're going to do is go over to the faucet here. And what I'm going to do, because it will go ahead and add my available into the deposit, even though if I go ahead and deposit this, it will add this, but I'm going to go ahead and compound this. So that way, because I believe, if I'm correct, let me know down in the comment section, but I believe if I don't compound this, it would just include this with the 10% tax, right? So instead of that, I would just get the 5% tax on the compound. So I'm going to compound and then deposit my drip I have right here. All right, so what we're going to do is hydrate. And this will actually be the second time me hydrating today. Give it a few seconds. Now we're at 6,266. Now what we're going to do, we're going to hit the max here. And so remember, Forex did change this recently to 10 drip minimum compared to just 1 drip minimum. So now we're going to go ahead and hit the deposit. Let's go ahead and confirm this again. $7,202 drip. And so if you want to figure out exactly how many I got, remember I had 6,266. Actually, hold on. 7,202 minus 6,266. 936 drip is what I was able to get. So what we're going to do, we're going to head over to this here. Even though I got more drip than that, only 936 drip actually went into the faucet because of the actual tax. So I'm only putting 936 drip here, and it was only about $982 that I spent. So now what we're gonna do, let's go to the calculator again. We're gonna take my 14,064 plus my 982, and I'm doing all this on camera for you guys. This is $15,046 that I now have invested. So 15,046. And now what we're going to do to figure out my true average cost here, we will take how much I invested based off of how many drip I actually have. So first and foremost, what we're going to do is go back over here, and I need to add this 936 drip onto this current quantity amount. So let's go ahead and add this real quick. 1,093 plus 936. That's going to give us 2,229 drip and 0.08. So now we have it. Put the calculator up again. So there we have it, 2,229 drip. And so now what we're going to do, we're going to take my 15,046 and we're going to go over to drip community, 7,202. Pull the calculator back up, divided by 7,202, which is going to give you my true average cost here. That's going to be $2.08. Now, of course, yes, I'm still down, but you can see the average cost has dropped even lower, and it's going to continue to drop once I keep compounding. And so my average cost here, my dollar cost averaging, is actually less than this as well, but I will do that later. But now let's go ahead and take a look at DripFi real quick, because remember my max deposit was June 4th. But now, since I went on and added that new drip in here, I got 7,202 drip. If we go over to DripFi, let's go ahead and change this number, 7,202. It's going to be about, I believe, 139 days. Not quite, a little bit more than that. So roughly, I will be at May 20th. So that took off about 2 weeks for me, give or take, or a little bit more than that. well, about 2 weeks, about 14 days, give or take, is what it took off for me. And so now that allows me to get to that max payout a little bit quicker. And so now you can see 142 days until I hit that max payout for my first wallet. And then I still got 2 other wallets as well that I'm building up also. And so if we go back over to Drip community here, again, I just wanted to show you guys in real time that I put this money in, because I showed you guys all of this before, but I wanted to show you a live deposit this time and actually show you what was going on. So now you can see this is the prices where I bought Drip at, all the way down pretty much. Now I was about to buy the other day when it was around 62 cents, but then that thing shot all the way up, and then I was waiting to see if it was going to pull back a little bit, because typically when we see a pump, there are some people waiting to take profit. So I was expecting to see a little bit of a dip, which we could, because the thing is, we don't 100% know if Drip has bottomed out, but it very well could be, and it kind of looks like it has in my opinion, but time will tell. Now, one thing I do want to show you as well, since I've now purchased over 2,000 Drip, if we go over to the tax page here, you can see my true deposit is over 2,000 Drip. Instead of being, it was in between 2,000 and 1,000, but I was only going to be at the 1,000 true deposit. I actually gained an additional 1,000 Drip. So now after the claim tax and the well tax, instead of 46,100, I'm going to be at 47,100 Drip after all of that. And so I did gain an additional adding that money in. And so just wanted to show you that as well on how that actually worked. Now, for those that didn't see what Forex said regarding mid-January, let me briefly show you what he says. He didn't say a lot, but he did say we should have some Drip utility. So you can see I've been traveling for the holidays. In mid-January, a ton of shit should be done according to Forex for Drip specifically. Now, the key message here is should be done. And this is why I said maybe if it's not mid-January, end of January, going into February, right? And I think a lot of people is anticipating this and anticipating what's going to come after the utility is out. And so with that being said, I wanted to go ahead and make another deposit in Drip while we're still under $1. Could the price fall lower again? Absolutely. But it is nice to see where things are going. We have those big buys coming in, consistent buys, and we also have the tax vault that is being filled with Drip, which is stopping Drip from being minted. All right, and for those that say, hey, Drip is going to zero, Drip is doing this, Drip is not going to make it, my question is to you, why are you here? If you dislike Drip, if you think Drip is not going to make it, why watch Drip content, right? Why spend your time? Why waste your time? Why waste your essence on a project you think is not going to be here? So that should tell you deep down, either you believe in Drip and you wanted to succeed, or you're just a miserable person. One of the two. But hopefully things get better for you, whichever side you are on. I don't wish bad on anybody, but the people that constantly spread negativity, and not true FUD, because as I said, I don't have a problem with actual fear, uncertainty, and doubt. If it's done right, that's what keeps you sane. That's what keeps you asking the right questions. But if a person is just only here to spread negativity, and of course you can see they don't like the project, why would you be here, right? So you got to ask yourself that question. Don't listen to any of that. Don't listen to me. I'm just a guy showing you my passive income journey in the high risk space in DeFi, and hopefully we're going to make some things happen here in the near future. Now remember, if you don't have risk capital, keep your money in your pocket, wait for something that comes along that fits your risk tolerance, and then go from there. But hopefully you all enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys on the next one.